Hello, everyone, and wish you have a great weekend and hope you are ready for tonight's test. So, today's class is about using some sort of um, things that is more related to data from here. So, normally you are on the ribbon of home, then go to ribbon of data. Now we are doing uh, some more things which is more relate to the data in general. So the first one, we are taking what? We are taking the data validation. Data validation is something that you are giving some sort of criteria or some sort of rule, validation rule to just like oblige the person who is doing data entry to just stick to those information that you want to enter, not to be in a way that anybody just like doing it in their own way or like filling the field with any information that we are not happy with. So that's why what we are doing, normally we are just going here, selecting, for example, I'm selecting single cells and giving single validation rule for any of these single cells according to the person. So those person are more well-known in people that for sure most of us we know them. For example, Adam Smith is a famous writer and he has more his own theory about um, management and things like this. So let's say what is his hint or some hint or some sort of information about him to know that this is related to Adam Smith. What we are doing, we are just selecting the cell in the hint and then going to validation, data validation. Then from data validation, first things is that the validation criteria that we give. So what I'm giving here, I could just say, okay, I need to add sort of information such as a list. So how to make a list? First, I'm coming here. I will see key info. Then in the key info, what I will do, just to be more clear, I will write, for example, theories, books, and what else? Let's see, I ideas. Okay, we have the three. So what I'm doing, I'm just coming here again and going to data, from data validation, again on the ribbon of data. I'm coming here and then click data validation. From the first things, allow this list. So I'm just clicking here and then drag and drop, select the cells that I want to get the information from. And then here it gave me if I could ignore blank. No, I don't want to ignore it. And also it has to use from the drop down list that I have. So I could just say, okay. And then we have this arrow here that I could choose from it, or I could just go to, again, to data validation and give a message here to just show the person who's doing the data entry that what they have to enter here. So I could just say caution. It's an A, I think, yes. So I will say, please choose from the list. So the person will know that they have to choose from the list. Then I will say, okay, I see here that when I select this cell, it shows us this message. But well, somewhere else, for example, on the second cell, I can't see any message here. So in general, uh, Minna, sorry, like from here, I could just choose that here I could see it is showing, please choose the choose from the list. Well, Okay, so again, going here, so we have the third tab. The third tab is the alert, the error alert. So it shows me that stop. So I could just write here some information. Um, I could say, hey, you, like this, read and follow the instruction. So from the me okay, okay, let's say from the message, things like this. Okay, so now if I choose from here, there is no problem. But if I want to type AA and then want to enter straight, is give me this message, which is, I don't know what's going on here. So what we did, we just said, hey, you read and follow the instruction from the message. Yeah. So yep. Let's see AA. Yeah. It shows, hey, you read and follow the instruction from the message. Retry. Then I will see the message. Please choose from the list. So I'm coming here. And I will choose from the list. That's it. So this is the first things about the data validation. Now, if I want to use something else, for example, this is Amanda Trump. I don't know, like maybe some of you know. So I will just come here and say validation. Then from validation, I will choose what? I will choose, let's say, whole number. Okay. So I will choose that less than. So they have to choose less than 7,000, because we know that this is her income. So from her income, that she has to choose less than 7,000, and then coming here, writing a message. We will say kindly do not exceed your limit. Then come in here, because we know this is optional. Maybe she will ask for a loan from somewhere and then she will return it back. So it's her business, it's not our problem. So what we are just giving this is an information or a warning. You could say a warning. So we could say warning, you have pound sign as an income. So we are saying this, and then kindly do not exceed your limit. And then if she entered, let's say 5,000, there's no problem at all. But if she entered 7, 1 straight, it will give us this information because it's a warning, so it's not stopping. So it will ask, do you want to continue and you want to exceed your limit? Yeah, she want to, or no, she don't. So if she said no, it will just show us that you have to decrease the amount, because we didn't set equal or less than or equal. So still it has to be less than. So if we set something like this, it will accept. So more than this or something, like say the exact number, it will just show you want to continue. Yes, I want to continue. So it will just go to the second or the next cell to pick from. Then what we have information. So for Barack Obama, we could just say going to data validation, and asking Barack Obama to not exceed the limit of text length. So we will say less than or equal to um, 5 digits. So here we just write him uh, hi, because like we cannot say anything else. He is an ex-president of United States, so we could just say do what you want and say okay. So now it's just showing hi in the message. So he has to write less than 5 digit, but let's say if he wrote hello. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is fine. But if he wrote hello there, so it shows us, do you want to continue and things like this. So okay, he will continue because as we said, he's the president of United States, so we cannot just like stop him, ex-president, let's say. So yeah, that's why it is just an information that you are exceeding the limit, but it's up to you. We cannot stop you and tell you that you are wrong. Well, until now, we just got the idea of how to use the data validation. So if I want to remove the data validation, how to remove it? So I'm just going here and data validation. From here, I could just say clear all and then okay. Now I see I could just type whatever I want without any problem. For the second one as well, and I see that there is no message, there is nothing here. For the second one, the same way, I'm going here and here, same, clear all. Okay, I see everything is fine. She could just use as much as she wants. Also for this one, again, going here and clear. Okay, now he could type a paragraph without anybody telling him what to do and what not to do. So if I want to oblige a group of people to enter data according to the information that I'm giving and not doing anything extra. So what I will do, author, I have an author, I have politician, then I have, let's say, uh, billionaire, and I have thief. So yep, what I will do, I will just select the range of data. I could just select a column of data or a column of cells, or I could just select from a row. So it depends on the data that you are entering. So you are not obliged just to apply it on column vertically. So you could just use horizontally as well. It depends on your data. So now I'm using it for vertical data as a column. So what I'm doing, I'm just coming here and pick a list. And then like this. So here the message is going to be um, saying, hey, you choose the data from our list. Okay. Then here I could say stop. Try to read or try to choose data from our list, things like this. So it's not a big deal. I'll say okay. So now, well, I'm clicking here straight away saying, hey, you choose the data from our list. So I'm choosing, in case if I wrote something and say enter, try to choose the data from our list, and I will say okay. I'm just picking something else. Here is politician, and this one is politician. This one is politician. Surprisingly, they are all politicians or things like this. So this one also politician, and this one is a billionaire, and this guy is a thief. And it's like you could say he's both of them, and this is author. Yeah. So yeah, just things that you want to choose um, differently. And okay, so what I'm doing, I'm just picking these data from here, and then thank you so much. It's fine. We will go there. So yeah, uh, Salim, you have a question. Go ahead. Salim. Okay, I think Salim, he just had a question, but we may answer his question during the class. So yeah, so now we have the data like this. If I want, uh, if I want to just like remove those things which is here, um, not as before we did. So what we are doing, not picking one by one, we just could select all of them because we gave them one rule. So I could just clear the rule from here, and it will remove it from the entire column in one click. So yep, this is the easiest way to deal with those information that I want to stick with. So maybe you were asked, okay, if I wrote the information here, so why I have to use validation data for it? Yes, we are writing it here because sometimes you have a list of thousands of data and you have to pick the information from a list. And so you cannot every time come in here and like pick this one and copy and paste and pick that one, copy and paste. This is like wasting of time, and also at the same time it is annoying, and you have to go down and come up, go down, come up. So it's not necessary to do it this way. So how to deal with this and how to overcome this wasting of time? So we are just like using data validation and pick a list, and then everything it will be clear. Yes, we did it. Like indeed we did it, because once we gave them a list, another we gave them less than, another we gave them more than. So if you are not, for example, if you are not okay, I will change it to Arabic. اذا انت ما تختار حقل، شلون ده تقول اني اريد لهذا حقل شيء شرط اخلي عليها او انطيها كريتيريا؟ لازم تحدد المكان. احنا حددنا قلنا لهذا اريد ليست، لهذا كنا نريد نقول لازم ده يعني يدخل اقل من هذا المعلومه، او من هذا او يصرف اقل من هذا الانكم اللي هي تاخذها. قلنا لباراك اوباما حتى دا يكتب اقل من المعلومات. Yeah, So Mom Sabnar is answering. So let's keep on the other things. So now we got the data validation and we know how to deal with it. So if I want to, let's say, this is like filled by someone and he has a hard copy of the data. So, or he or she has a hard copy of the data and then enter the data to our Excel, but we see that there is duplicate and it's clearly here. We can see it. So, but if we have like a thousands of data. So how to deal with these thousands of data and remove the duplicate. So what we are doing after we selecting the data that we want to remove the duplicate from, so we are just coming here. There's like the same place or the same ribbon of data. We are just coming here to remove the duplicate. Now, after we are clicking here, it will give us two options. And here also, it shows it in two different picture. That the first one, when you are just like clearing the data according to expand the selection, and the second one, well, we are seeing there's like field which is being removed, but still there's information which still there's like some sort of data that not being cleared. Um, well, let's just say it in a really easy way. The first one, you are removing the data with all their child. For example, if I want to remove this part, it will remove also the gender and the salary and the hint. But if we use the second one, the second option, it will just delete this column, the duplicate from this column, but at the end we will have orphan data that we don't know who is their parent. So to avoid the orphan data, what we are more normally choosing, we are just choosing the expand the selection. Expand the selection, it means like delete all the other data which is related to this data that we already selected. So let's just give it a try. If I choose the second one, what will happen? I will just choose the second one and say remove the duplicate. Now it shows me just like one column and say that you are trying to delete the duplicate from this column. I'm saying yes, because this is what I choose. So I will say, okay. And it will show me that there's 4 duplicate values that have been removed and the other is 8 unique values remain. So I see now we have orphans. Who are the owner of those information? And this is a big issue and it's a big disaster that we have to deal with. So to avoid this, what we are doing after we select the data and going to remove duplicate, we are saying expand the selection, then remove duplicate. And now it shows us first, I'm doing what? I'm doing do unselect all and asking me which column you want to focus on. I'm going to focus on the name because I know that the gender is for sure being duplicated and the salary for sure being duplicated and the author also sure being duplicated because these are kind of sufficient for our people that we select. So, but if there is a duplicate in the name, then this is the disaster. So for that purpose, to remove the duplicate from the name, we are just picking the name and then saying, okay, now I see that for being removed and everything's clear now without having any orphan data. This is the best way to get rid of the unwanted data without making yourself any sort of problem. So let's undo this and try it on something else. It is exactly the same as we do it within the sort. So in the sort, if I click sort and said, okay, I want to be sorted Z to A, and here, if I picked, I wanted to be continue with this the current selection. we will see the disaster. We will see the disaster, the real disaster. I will click OK, and then I see. So now Michelle, which is our friend Barack Obama's wife, so there's a big issue because it's a wife. So how we could say it's a male? It's a disaster. Indeed, it's a disaster. So we have two Margaret Thatcher, and one of them is just saying, okay, it's a female, this is fine, but the second one says it's a male. How come? Also for Bill Gates, we know he's a famous person. Bill Gates is like the owner of Microsoft, and all of us now it's a male. So now here it's written it's a female. What the heck is going on? It's not acceptable. So this is the disaster when you are just picking the continue with the current selection. So to avoid this, what we are doing after we select the data and say, okay, I want to sort it Z to A, I will say expand the selection. Now I'm saying sort. So I see, yeah, now it's fine. We have female for female. Yeah, we have male for male and so on. So this is the right way. You have to expand it. And now if I want to remove the duplicate after I did it sort, I see that there's lots of duplicates. So to avoid this and to get rid of them, what I will do, I'm going to the ribbon of data, and from here remove duplicate. Now I'm saying please expand it because I don't want to get in trouble. So that's why I'm saying remove duplicate, and from here unselect. Then about the name, I based on the name, remove the duplicate for me and say, okay, now I see now the data is really fine and it's good without any problem, and there is no duplicate. So here that the way the best way to find out the duplicate and remove the duplicate, and also now you understand what is the difference between expand the selection and continue with the current selection. So the current selection always make you disaster, and most of the time you will get confused because the data is going to be in a different shape and in a different way. And also about the um, expand one, we knew how we can use it and how it is helpful for us. Sometime you are just saying, okay, I will stick to the current selection, continue with the current selection. Why? Because I know that those each column is separately have its own data. So there's no relation between the data in each column. So in that case, so we could just say, okay, I just now that there's a duplicate, some duplicate here on in this column, and I want to focus on this column. The rest, just keep it as it is because there is no relation between them. So just like delete it. But if you want to use remove duplicate for a data that all of them are related to each other, please be careful about using the options, which is the first option is the best for your action. So yeah, there is no problem. And now we knew how to do the data validation, and now how to remove the data which is being duplicated. So I finished my session. So now I will leave you with Mama Sabnar because I think she has something with you, some activity with you about the homework. And yeah, please be careful about tonight's exam. So it will be at 9. So I'm asking all of you to participate in this exam because it's obligatory, and anyone not attending or not participating in the exam we will do some action against. So later on, no one tell us that you didn't told us and you didn't warning us about it. Thank you so much and wish you all the best in the exam. And I will leave you with Mom Sabna right now. Go ahead.